everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Renee, and today we're doing an unofficial projects pan. So these are products that, for whatever reason, I am kind of focusing on using up in my collection, but they're not like in my official projects pan where I document my progress and show you guys. So for anyone who doesn't know, I went vegan at the start of this year. So I have a lot of products in my collection that aren't vegan or cruelty free that I'm trying to use up because I don't want to be wasteful and just use products or just throw products away for no reason. So a lot of these products that I have here, that's why I'm trying to use them up. For instance, I'll start with my Dior Backstage Foundation in 1N. I'm trying to use this up unofficially because it isn't vegan or cruelty free by any stretch of the imagination. And I think that it is such a wonderful foundation. I'm wearing it today. And I find that it really does just kind of give your face like a filter. So I really enjoy this foundation, but I have like, you know, my note with all of my products where I list product name, the shade, and if it's vegan or cruelty free. Foundation is a category that I'm really close to having all vegan and cruelty free products, especially after finishing my Armani foundation in my project pan. And then this one is one of the ones that's next on the list and that I'd like to replace with another vegan and cruelty free option. However, I can't put this in a normal project pan. Oh, gracious. Because you can't see where the product is in the bottle. With my Armani foundation, it was easy to mark because you could see through this bottle. This bottle is opaque. So no matter what I do, no matter how long I let it sit like this, no matter if I try and scratch off this layer or not, it's an opaque foundation bottle. And part of me actually thinks, because you can't see through it at all, like I don't even have a guesstimate for where it is. Part of me thinks that the bottle is actually colored this way and it's not clear with foundation inside. It's like, this is the color of the plastic bottle itself. So I have no way of knowing how much product is left and no way of marking progress. All I would be able to do is shake it and tell you guys like, yeah, sounds like there's less. So that's why I haven't put it in an official project pan. I have two primers in my unofficial projects pan. I have this one from MAKIAGE. It's their No Filter Poreless Base Smoothing Primer. I really like this primer. I think that it gives a really nice, flawless base, like it says. It is very silicone feeling, and I feel like it sits in your pores and fills them in really well, almost like a spackle before you put on paint. But it obviously doesn't feel that like thick. And I find that it sits well under all my foundations, so I really like this. It's just not vegan. So it's another thing like on my foundation list where this is the only primer in my collection that isn't vegan, and I, as a result, want to use it up. However, for the same reason as the Dior Backstage Foundation, I can't put this in a project pan because I also don't have any way of telling how much product is in this bottle, and I can't even shake it to be like, yeah, guys, feels like I used up this much product this month. So it's just something that I'm concentrating on using up and that I really enjoy, but that isn't going in an official project pan. The other primer I have is this Tula Skincare Probiotics and Superfood Face Filter Blurring and Moisturizing Primer. I remember when Tula first came out, there was a bunch of, or maybe it didn't even first come out, but it first became kind of popular. I saw a bunch of different YouTubers and influencers recommending it. I bought this when it went on like 40% sale at Ulta, I think. And I like it. I don't love it. And that's part of the reason I'm trying to use it up. I believe it is vegan and cruelty free. Let me double check my listy. Yeah, it is vegan and cruelty free. However, I'm not obsessed with it, and it is somewhat kind of orange. When you first apply, it definitely has like a tint to it. It's not super clear, but I want to use it because it is nice and it does add a boost of kind of like hydration to the skin. It's good for dry skin. But so I do want to use it up. I don't think it's something I would repurchase for that color aspect. And because I do have primers I like that kind of give the same effect without being tinted, which is an odd thing. I believe it's the chia seeds in here. I don't know. It's not an official project pan for the same reasons as the other two where I can't see it. I could kind of feel it, but I also think that this is so close to being done in general that it would be one of those things where I'd be like, I'm going to put this in the project pan and then finish it, because you can tell there's just not really a ton of product left in here, mostly just air at this point. So I don't think it would be worth it to like put it in a project pan, but I do think it might be done soon. On that same vein, I have this YSL. It's like a it doesn't say what it is on it. I'd have to look up the name and I'll put it in here. But I got this on like the YSL sale website probably over a year ago, so it's definitely like reaching somewhat of the end of a concealer's lifespan, right? And it's nice. It's very similar to the product that's already in my project pan, and you can't see the progress, where it's that like very illuminating type of concealer. And you can't see the progress at all because it's in this very opaque gold pen. So it's not in my project pan, and I don't intend to put it in a project pan, but once I'm done with that Maybelline Dream Lumi Touche concealer, this one will be the one that I focus on and try and use up next in that same category, in that same vein. But without me officially project panning it. Still in the realm of face products, I have this Besame Brightening and Vanilla powder in translucent, and it's not in my official project pan because I have a powder in my official project pan, and this also does not provide like a very good way to mark. There are definitely ways that I could do it. I could empty all the powder, weigh the container, bring my kitchen scale in to weigh it, or I can just use it until it's done on my own without officially trying to pan it or keep track of progress. I'm trying to use it because it is old. I've noticed no change in formula or texture or smell, so I am comfortable continuing to use it, but I think I got it like 3 years ago. So it's definitely something that I haven't focused on a lot because I'm not in love with the packaging. I don't know if I'm stupid, but I find it just gets all over me. But I do like the powder. I love the way it smells. That vanilla smell is so nice. Here, some fell on my hand. And it is a really nice powder, so I do want to use it. I just think it's old and I'm trying to use it up. But it's not in my project pan because I already have a powder, and I think that this one would be difficult to keep track of progress. I have two liquid concealers. They came together in like a little set. They're the Becca. One of them is the Shimmering Skin Perfector liquid, and one of them is completely worn off because I use Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlights. They're both in Opal. I love these highlighters. I think that they are fantastic. These are, I've never purchased the full-size one, but I've gone through enough of these minis that I probably should have purchased a full-size one, but they're not vegan, so it's probably good now. They're so close to being done, and I love them and just want to use them up and get them out of my collection because I feel like I'm so close to being done in both of them. This one I can't really keep track of progress. This one I feel like if I put it in a project pan, it would be in there for a month. And I already have my liquid highlighter with my MAC strobe cream, so I don't need to add another one, and that's why it's in the unofficial project pan, and why I probably wouldn't add it to a project pan in the future because I think it will be done so soon. But I love the formula of this product. It's really natural. It's easy to wear like either to work or like going out to run errands. So on my cream product days, this is something that I gravitate to a lot, and it'll be difficult to find a replacement that I like as much, I think, but I'm up for the challenge. This one is sad. This one is my Glossier Cloud Paint in Dusk, and if you watch my video where I rank cream blushes, this one is my favorite. It consistently, I think, performs very well. It is pigmented, blendable, sits nicely on the skin. It's such a neutral color that you can wear literally to look like very, very natural, or you can go a little bit heavier with it. And on days where I want to do a no makeup look, I think that this is ideal. And I am obsessed with this product. It's not vegan, so I can't repurchase it. And this like pains me to say that I'm like trying to use it up because obviously I don't want to use it up. But I am also so close to finishing this, and I think that that would be like a real accomplishment. These blushes of mine are getting old, and I would like to say that I at least used up an entirety of Dusk before it went bad, because I do love it so much. I want to use it. I want it to go. I want it to live its full life with me before it has to go in the trash can. It's in my unofficial project pan. I don't want to actually project pan it because I think that that would be really sad because I think I would use it up so quickly because I only have that much left. So unofficially project panning because I want this to be over, but not too soon. If that makes sense. Okay, I have two lipsticks next. I have this Nars Pure Matte lipstick in Bangkok. I only have this much left. This was my favorite lipstick in college. I got it around the same time as the Dolce Vita that's in my project pan, my official one. I don't want to add another lipstick to my project pan, and this one is more in my unofficial project pan for this winter because I do think that this is probably the last winter I can get away with wearing this. and I literally loved the color and how natural this was when I purchased it, that I used it up almost completely. And I think it's more of a winter color on me because I think it looks a little bit funky on me when I have more of a tan, and it kind of has that like icier aspects when I put it on as a lipstick. So I'm trying to use it up this winter to say goodbye to it because I do think that this is a product that I could really actually finish with only this much left. But I already have a lipstick in my project pan, and I do think that this would be done so soon that it's something that it's like, there's no reason for me to put it in for 1 month because that's not really accomplishing anything or tracking progress. It's just me showing you like, hey, I finished this project this month. It's not in my project pan for those reasons. I just think it's cheating. It's too easy. But I am trying actively to finish it up while it's still good. And that's really the same reason too with my Revlon Ultra HD lipstick in HD Desert. Sure. I have this much left of this. When it goes into like its little hole, it's all the way down there. My friends Brianna and I bought this together my senior year of college to wear out in Nashville because I lived above a CVS and we stopped in CVS to get these. I absolutely love this lipstick. I think it's also very natural. I think it's very easy to wear. I think it's hydrating on the lips. I've like never seen this recommended, but for like an orangey, like red, more neutral lipstick, I think that this is phenomenal. Easy to reapply, easy to throw in your purse. It's lasted me this long and wasn't expensive. For kind of the same reasons as the Nars lipstick. I'm not including it in the project pan because I already have a lipstick in the project pan. I have considered adding this to a 2021 project pan, but I am worried that it would be somewhat boring because I only have this much lipstick left, and I do think that that would go by really quickly with this formula because of how sheer it is and how easy it is to reapply. So it might just be in there for like 2 months, and that may have been good for like the end of a project pan, like this year, adding it in like October, but it's not great like starting 2021 with just like a really easy one. I still might put it in there. I'm not entirely decided. If I don't get as much done with it that by the end of this year as I'd like, then it might definitely be a contender for the 21 project pan. But for now, I am just kind of focusing on using it up on my more neutral days where I want like a red toned warm lipstick, if that makes sense. We'll see. Maybe she will be in a project pan, we don't know. And then I have 2 more. I have a lipstick. I have the Fenty Gloss Bomb in like just the Fenty Glow, the original shade. This one I think more has been used than meets the eye because I think this one is one of those products where it gets all over the packaging and it doesn't really settle. I have considered putting this in a project pan because this is also one of the older lip glosses in my collection and one that I really enjoy and would like to use up. But I don't know the logistics of tracking progress, the same as with like the foundation or the primer. I don't really have a good way to track progress on this because it's kind of always all over the bottom. So it is something that I am using up when I can. Definitely I'll reach for it over other things because I want to use it up before it goes bad, but it's not in my official project pan because I think it'd be difficult to track. Next I have my setting sprays, and there's quite a few of them I'm trying to use up. So I'm trying to use the end of this Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Not because I don't like it, but because I have a full one right here. My sister brilliantly gave me the idea to, like, I had like 7 of these bottles and to pour all the leftovers into like 1 bottle, but there was only enough space in this bottle for this much, and then the leftovers were poured in here. So I'd really like to finish this up, so I just have 1 because that's all we need is 1 bottle of Urban Decay All Nighter. We don't need 2. But it's very difficult to see progress on this, and I kind of made that mistake with my Morphe setting spray, where every month I was just shaking it like, trust me guys, it's almost done, and it like never was, and I couldn't tell. This would be more doable because I could like pour it into like a little jar or something and mark it and then pour it back here, but it's almost done. That just doesn't seem worth it, right? So I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to just use it up unofficially. This one I definitely could put in a project pan. This is my MAC Fix Plus in the coconut, which is why it's yellow. I used to love MAC Fix Plus and I used it all the time, and I have gone through a lot of bottles and done like the MAC backed MAC with these bottles specifically. MAC's not cruelty free by like any stretch of the imagination, so it's not gonna be something I repurchase. And it's something that I'm kind of unofficially using up because it doesn't have like a permanent place in my routine like a normal setting spray. This is more something that I use if I need like a refresh, if my skin's starting to dry out throughout the day while I'm wearing makeup, because it doesn't disturb the makeup as much. Or if I just need a refresh just during the day before I put on makeup. Let's say I put on my moisturizer in the morning and then my skin's starting to dry out a bit before I'm going to do my makeup, and then I'll put this on before I start my makeup, sort of like an underneath refresher. So that my makeup goes on a little bit smoother. It's something I could put in a project pan. I'm just intimidated by the amount of volume I have left. And I don't want to feel bad while I'm not making any progress on it. But I might put it in 2021 because I think that there would be enough time in that project to use it. But we'll see. For now, I'm just, you know, unofficially using it up before I switch to something that's cruelty free. And then lastly, this is my Milani. Oh my gracious. This is my Milani Make It Last setting spray. I have this much left, and that's why I'm so motivated that this is in like my unofficial project pan. I don't love this as a setting spray, like at all. I think it makes you look dewy, but not in a good way, and I think that it is just a lot. So I don't like it for wearing. What I do like it for is spraying my brushes before applying a shimmer shadow when I want it to come up more. Which is why it's taking me so long to even get through the bottom of this. But I think that this will be in an empties video really soon because it is something that I unofficially focus on because I just want to get that last little bit gone. If I put this in a project pan, it would be the most boring project pan of all time. If I put a lot of these products in where I'm so close to finishing because I'm unofficially panning them, you'd be like, great, you finished 6 products in a month because you put all that almost empty products in your project pan. It wouldn't be interesting to see my progress on things because it would just be finishing products. And then last is an eyeshadow. It is this Chanel Illusion d'Ombre in Mirage. It looks like this. I really have almost hit pan. This is one of my favorite shadows for a one shadow look that's very easy. You can put this all over the eye and blend it into the crease with like this type of brush from MAC. And it's really, really, really easy to put all over the eye. I bought this in college and the formula is starting to change and dry out, but it has lasted a long time. You can tell I'm nearly so close to hitting pan that I'd really like to hit pan on it before the product does fully expire because it's still usable and wearable now, but I can tell that it's starting to become unwearable and unusable. So it's something that I'm working on using kind of on the side because it isn't vegan or cruelty free. I won't be repurchasing it. I will be looking for a dupe, really looking at the Charlotte Tilbury ones because I think those look beautiful. But it is just such a nice neutral color to wear every day when you're just doing a one shadow look that I think that I could hit pan on it easily before it completely expires, and that's why it's in my unofficial project pan. But yeah, those are all the products that I'm just trying to use up in my spare time when I'm just doing makeup on my own and not focusing on the ones in my actual project pan. If I'm getting a little bored of them, this is maybe what I'm gravitating to on the side. I hope this video was interesting. You may see some of these products in an empties video soon where I go over them maybe in a touch more detail, but it's something that I think about like every day is using these products up, so that's where I am. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you like it and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.